everyone, it's Katherin again, the CEO of CatsCastings.com and everyone's favorite New York City casting director. So I'm here today to talk to you about why it's so important to be in New York Fashion Week. Just please excuse my hair. It's a little puffy right now. It is raining over here, so the humidity puffs out my hair, but I think it looks okay. It's just a little wig, maybe. But I wanted to get into how important it is to be a part of New York Fashion Week as a model, a designer, anybody who is in the fashion industry and wants to build their career to the next level. It's very important to make your way to New York Fashion Week. New York Fashion Week has so many opportunities where you can meet people. You can meet photographers, you can meet clientele that can end up purchasing your garments direct off the runway, or even, inboxing you the next day and be like, hey, listen, I need 3 of this outfit. Can you send it to me? That's basically what New York Fashion Week does for people as a whole. As for models, it's very important to have that in your portfolio. So even if you're not getting paid for a show, so walking a New York City Fashion Week show helps build you up to get in contact with those other designers and people to see that you can handle yourself on a higher level, because there is times where there are designers who fly from all over the world. One of the designers that I know, he comes from Kuwait. His name is Couture Prince. He does fly out every season to showcase New York Fashion Week, and he does end up working with his models after they walk the runway for him. He figures out ways where he can either send them a garment or work with them on a campaign. So it's really, really imperative for a model, if you want to make sure that you're pushing it into New York Fashion Week. It'll help you transition if you're starting out as a hobby and really making yourself into a career. But that does also mean that you need to make sure that when you're applying to these castings, that you're up to the rules and regulations that that specific casting is asking for. So that means, like, don't apply and send a bajillion pictures if that's not what the casting director is asking. If they're asking you to send a few photos with your measurements, your contact information, that's what they want. If they ask for your social media handles, just put 1 or 2. You don't have to put all of them, but I would suggest like your main pages that has the most followings. Those are the ones that you need to put first. For makeup artists, it's really important because it can expand your portfolio. It can prove that you can handle the chaos of New York Fashion Week. On average, a makeup artist has probably about 30 to 40 minutes or to an hour, depending on what they're doing in a regular situation. But when you're in New York Fashion Week, you have 20 to 30 minutes to do a whole face. And sometimes that could be very nerve-wracking. And remember, you're not just doing one girl's face. You're doing anywhere from 12 to a lot, depending on how many models are going to be walking down the runway, how many makeup artists are actually assisting you. It's up to you to be prepared and time yourself, make sure that you can handle it properly, and be able to focus without, being too nervous or having to have like a breakdown or something. So, you really have to get ready for that. Usually for designers and models, it's more of a rush for them, so they tend to enjoy that part more. But usually when it's like hairstylists or makeup artists or nail technicians, it can get a little aggressive. And usually, I think on average, the turnaround time for an stylist are usually 1 to 2 seasons, and then they get a little burnt out because it does get very, very hectic. But you just have to pace yourself and make sure that you can do it. For photographers and up-and-coming magazines, this is a great place to get in contact with models and designers to shoot for magazines or different things that you work on. So this can be a big way that you guys can connect. Also, if models need updating portfolios, if you do an amazing job on their pictures, 9 times out of 10 they'll contact you, or designers will contact you and be like, oh, you did great on this runway show. Are you here? Can you do this? Can you do that? It's New York Fashion Week is just like a big networking space. You have to be ready for it. Make sure you have your business cards available. It is so, so important. I know in this digital era, you know, we can just switch each other's Instagrams, but people rather see that you have a business card because they know that you're legit. They'll just be like, oh, that person handed me a card. So you have to, you know, try to make sure that you're on top of it. Make sure that you do have your cards on you. So just basically just be prepared to network, to talk to people, to be setting up lunch dates or meetings where you can communicate with others, because, you know, people like stylists, like fashion stylists, not like hairstylists and stuff, they really need to see the clothes now so they can potentially get it into their stores or get it for, you know, whatever clientele they have, to make sure that they're up to par on the next season. So they're great people to get in contact with and communicate with. So it's just like a big, huge networking event that's a must that can bring you from one end of the spectrum to the next very, very quickly. You just have to be prepared for it and ready to take it to that level. My last words of suggestion: always plan, so you're not in a hectic situation. Make sure that you double and triple check that you have everything you need, and I guess be ready to talk to people. You have to be ready to talk to people. You can't be, you know, to yourself and very shy. This is not the time. You have to be very outspoken and ready to communicate with others, because you never know who you can meet and who you can end up working with in the next season. All right, beautiful people, I thank you for listening and watching. For more information or any questions, just make sure you place in the comments down below. And if you want to read my blog post about why is it important to be in New York Fashion Week, just click the link. All right, see you soon. Bye.